right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to On the Ropes. I'm Pat Healy, joined by Michael Olajide and
Michael Olajide in the
the
house.
Silk Olajide. That's right. How could I forget about that? But we are bringing you a breakdown of a heavyweight showdown this weekend, Halloween. Usyk versus Chisora on DAZN. Chisora brought the costume a little early for the weigh-in. I'm excited about this one, man. This is going to be fireworks.
Yeah, it's an exciting fight. It really is. Usyk is stepping up from cruiserweight, right?
Yep,
Stepping up.
he had one fight before this at heavyweight, but yeah, this is his real, welcome to the heavyweight division.
Chisora has been in the ring with a lot of good fighters, and in Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, in David Haye, and in Fury, the current champ. So he's been in the ring with a lot of good fighters, and so we're going to get a chance to see Usyk, who was Olympic champion. We're going to see exactly what he's made of.
Yeah, we are. And Usyk, the interesting thing with him is, he gets a lot of praise for his skill. I think it's well deserved. He's, a very, very talented boxer. He's good friends with Lomachenko. They're both from Ukraine. They kind of have a similar kind of vibe to him with that Eastern European thing going on. But Chisora is a beast, and he's going to come forward and try to knock him out. And it's like, how is he going to deal with this?
I'll put it on a plate like this. I always choose skill over will until will shuts down the skill. That's kind of how it is. I mean, you cannot go any other way, because that's what boxing really is all about. It's about the ability to find openings, because it isn't like, unlike MMA, whereas I'm sure sometimes somebody's physical strength can overwhelm. In boxing, it's simply about one man being able to put his fist on another man's face more than the other, and what happens when they do that. So when a man punches at you, you have to learn how to block, counter, slip, defend against, and then come back. That is where Usyk, I think, he just excels. He's incredible. He really is. He has command of every single punch. His vision, his fight vision in the ring is spectacular. And he's a hard puncher with either hand. And if I were to go the other way and say what Chisora's plus are, I mean, he has to make it a knockdown, drag-out fight. He has to make this kid, he has to get in and eat his heart. He cannot stand back and think he's going to pick him apart and win a fight against this kid. It just won't happen.
And that's what's so exciting about this fight, is because Chisora knows that. He said exactly what you said in an interview the other day, is that, I can't outbox him. I'm not physically able to do that. I know that. I'm willing to, I believe his words were, I'm willing to eat some of his leather, but is he willing to eat some of mine? And maybe not. Go ahead.
Funny. I was going to say, what's the weight difference between them? Because I know Chisora is usually around 240, 250, something like that, right?
Yeah, Chisora was 255 and Usyk was 217. So
there is if he can make Usyk carry his weight, then we have something could be very interesting, because he's going to make him fight it's almost like Usyk is a fencer, and he's used to fighting at a distance, and if he throws, you counter, I parry, all those kinds of things. But if he gets his body weight on him, kind of like the way Duran did with Sugar Ray in the first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard, Duran made him fight his kind of fight. If he can do that, Chisora may have, he'll definitely have a chance, because if he hits him, he can hurt him, that's for sure. But if he doesn't come out and establish himself in that first round, I don't know. It's going to be a long night, no matter the weight division or the weight difference between the two.
Yep. So all that being said, I gotta get your pick. So what are you going for if you're gonna make a pick on this fight? Yeah. Is it Usyk or is it Chisora via knockout, most likely?
I really have to go with Usyk. I think Usyk will win the fight. And I say that absolutely unbiased. Chisora, I think, I'm sure he's a great man as well. And I've never met either one of them. I'm sure they're great. I like them both. They both have like that fighter's heart, that fighter spirit. But just looking at it playing from what I see in their abilities in the ring and what's most likely going to happen, then I would have to say I would have to go with Usyk. The betting man would be smarter to go that way. But if you're coming from your heart and you like his Chisora's attitude and style and his fire and his ability to compete, then you would go that way.
Yeah,
but but don't put your money there.
Exactly. That's where I get into trouble. I'm leaning with Chisora just because I love his come forward, aggressive. He's got that heart, and he wants to look for the knockout. I will say, watching Usyk's first fight at heavyweight, he's very impressive in his skill. However, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how his power translates to the heavyweight division. Maybe Chisora will be able to walk through some of those punches and get to the spots he wants to get to deliver his own.
Well, here's the thing with punches. It's very interesting, too. I'm glad you brought that up, Pat. When you're punching, there are people that punch with their body weight, and they're more concussive type punches. But there are also punches that punch very sharp, and they hit nerves, and it's a different type of thing altogether. And it's almost like you hit somebody with something and they don't feel it. It has a numbing effect. But then when you hit somebody and there's a pain aspect to it and you actually feel it. So there are different types of punches like that. And Usyk I would put in that category of like you feel the pain. So eventually you feel the pain, and it's one of those things that really prevents you from going on after a while, I think. Some people are able to wade through that pain and deal with it, but I think it just becomes like, just keeps building up and it just keeps getting worse. And eventually he's able to turn over a real shot and turn the lights out completely, with body weight behind it. So it's not going to be a pleasant experience at any point in time in this fight, I believe, for Chisora. But, if he's got that heart and if he's got that fire and he just happens to be on that night where he's just 100%, he can certainly win.
Yeah, it'll be a very interesting matchup. Like you said, David Haye is in the corner, or he's promoting former foes turned best friends, it seems, alongside Tony Bellew, who actually fought Usyk. But those guys are like all buddies, and it's funny because you have some stories right from David Haye and Chisora getting into it backstage.
I was speaking to David a few weeks ago, actually, and I asked him, I was like, actually, the thing went like this. It's like, there's this term they use in England. They call it like, I glossed him. And I said, what was that? And he said he hit Chisora with the glass during a press conference. And it's one of the most iconic, I guess, happenings that happened in like one of the pre-fight fights that happened. It was really, I know it was funny. It was a moment that we shared that kind of like, he brings a fight game back to where it was and what it always was, like when two guys get in the ring and they're for real about it. But now David is actually the promoter of Chisora, and they're friends and they're buddy like you were saying, and that's kind of strange. Especially you hit somebody with a glass, you break it on their face before a fight, and now you're friends and you're promoting them. It's interesting happening.
Chisora, I mean, he's a character, and he showed that in the weigh-ins with his Halloween mask or Joker outfit, whatever it was, trying to get some intimidation.
All white, and then he's got like the.
Yeah, he's a scary individual, but so is Usyk. So it's going to be a tremendous fight. I think it's going to bring fireworks. And it's a can't-miss heavyweight showdown going down on DAZN. This was our breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check it out. Halloween.
Don't miss this one. It will be a trick and a treat.
That's right. Thanks, guys.